What up, world? What up, world? Anthony, welcome to another episode of Next Round. And thank you for rocking with me again. And y'all, I am blessed to have you. And let's get straight up into this, man. We're going to be talking about moving scared. Moving scared, man. I'm telling you, a lot of us get crippled. No matter how much of us as men, we think that, man, I'm strong to do this. I can deadlift 400 pounds. I can bench 350. I can go and curl 100 pounds. It doesn't matter what it is. But I'm telling you, when it comes time to move in our purpose, to move as who we are, boy, that's where we get stuck. And we truly get stuck just staying in one place, because when we got to make that first step, and that is step number one, putting one foot out there. So let's talk about moving, man. Look, everybody says, when I'm ready, I'll start. And let me just tell you this, homeboy. You will never be ready, because you want to know why? Readiness is a myth. It's a myth that people use to protect their pride. It's a myth. And it's just something that they use to protect their pride. And oftentimes you hear someone saying, yo, I'm gonna make that move soon, and just give me about another 3 months, and give me 4 months, 6 months, some like 10, 12. You hear all these timelines, and then here's what you go ahead and say. You're like, all right, yo, my man, you move yet? You did anything yet? 3 months later, you did something. 4 months later, you did something. 5, 6, 7 months later, you still ask the question, yo, you did anything? And then the best part is when you hear all of the excuses. Oh, yeah, nah, I had to, and I had this, and I had that to take care of. And you're like, yo, my man, we heard this already. We heard that you was going to start this 3-6 months ago, a year ago, 2 years ago. And then now here it is, 5 years later, you're left with saying, oh, man, that's what you're left with saying, because you were scared to move. Listen, man, I'm telling you, there's times when we all had to make a move. We all have to make a move and do something. When I decided to launch a podcast, and when I did that in 2019, I'm telling you, I was scared, but I had to still move. I got some cheap microphone, and I sat in my closet, and I did it anyway. I could have sat there and said, man, I could wait another year. I can wait till I get the best this and the best that and the best. Let me explain this to you. That's what a lot of you do. You wait till you get the best stuff. You're waiting for the best time. You're waiting for the best equipment. You're waiting for the best word to give you the go. No, let me explain something to you. While you're waiting for the best and the best and the best, time is just slipping away. Time is slipping away. And you're left with, man, I could have been doing this now. And this is the crazy thing that we hear, that I mostly hear from a lot of guys. Man, you know, I was going to do so-and-so, and I was going to start this business, and I was going to get this going, and I was going to start this weight loss journey, or I was going to start this muscle gain journey. I was going to start, but hey, things happen. No. Things didn't happen. You happened. You happened. Because I'm sure there were times when you had an opportunity. I'm sure there was those times, but you said no. So as I said, when I decided to put one foot in the other and start this podcast, I was like, all right, I don't know what's going to happen, but I decided to. And then as time went on, that's when I started upgrading little equipment. I didn't go all out and say, yo, let me go and get the best mic and the best and the best. No, first it was just start. There's a lot of you fellas right now that you got so many things in your life that you're dealing with that you're saying, yeah, I got to wait till I get this taken care of, and then I'll do this. How long you been saying that? When it comes time for you to go and make some self-improvements on yourself, yeah, you know what? There's a course I should be taking. There's a group I should be joining. There's something I should be being part of. There's a conference I need to go to. But you know what? Hold up for a minute. Let me make sure I get this taken care of first. What is this you got to take care of? And that same group, that same conference, that same course you should have been taking and doing, yeah, you've been saying that for the past 4 years, but you never did it. We wait for the right moment and the right time, everything's going to fall in place. That's what we believe. That's what we believe. And let me explain something to you. Nothing will fall right into place. That doesn't happen for everybody. When you hear that happen, that's a very small percentage that happened to. Part A happened, B happened, C happened, D happened, and then boom, everything was just lining up. That doesn't happen for everybody. Sometimes you're going to have to go straight to C, and then A and B, you don't know what's going to happen. Some people are going to start with A and B, but man, there's no C, there's no D. They're going to just have to figure this out as they're walking. My favorite saying is you're going to have to build this plane while you're trying to fly it. I love that. I think Steve Harvey put that up, and he put it best. You're going to have to build this plane while you're flying it, which is true. You're going to have to build it. And it's scary when you're building this plane while you're flying it, or you got to build the car while you're driving it. Yeah, you ain't got no engine yet, but you're the engine. You got to make this car go. We will see bold men out there, and we're like, man, I want to be like that guy. Man, that dude started his company with just $500. That dude started his company with just $1,000. That dude started his company with just this. This dude started a company with just $2,000 of a loan, and then he just made his way up from there. It took time. But here's the reason. Here's the thing that you're missing out with all those people. They took a bold move on themselves. They took a shot on themselves. They took that risk. And when you got to take that risk on yourself, it's a bold move. Look, as I brought to you before, there's a lot of you right now, you're looking to go back to school. And you're sitting there, I don't know. Look, you better make the move anyway. I know tuitions are high. Loans are high. APR percentage right now is high. But let me ask you a question. How long are you going to wait? When you got other things out there, grants and scholarships and everything that you can go for, how long will you wait? Because the thing is that while you're sitting there waiting, tuition's going to keep going up. It's going to keep going up. The loan APR percentage is going to keep going up. So when are you going to get in? The APR may go down, but however, the tuition, that's going to keep going up. That's going to just keep going up. Yeah, you got a business that you said that you want to run for God knows how long. But the thing is, you scared to step in that bank because you don't want to be rejected. You don't want to be rebuffed because you feel like if I go in there, they probably may laugh if they see my credit score. Or they may see my credit line. Like, we can't give this to you. But you don't know. There's a business idea that's right inside of you, that's birthed inside of you, but you don't want to push that out. You're pregnant with it, but you don't want to push it out. Why would I want to do that? Because I don't want nobody to laugh at me. I don't want somebody to say, wait, you doing that now? Come on now. Come on, bro. Come on now. Or you're going to get someone say, yeah, I want to do that right now in this economy. yeah. A lot of people said that in different economies, but they still started. The crazy thing that I learned and I was researching is that so many businesses start in low economies. That's the crazy part. They started in low economies. So they had to birth a business in a rough patch and then from there build it. So now they started from the bottom of the bottom. There was nothing else there. They started from the bottom of the bottom and then they had to work their way up from there. Now, did the business survive? Maybe it did not. But if it does not survive, all right, let's say the business doesn't survive. Let's say your business didn't go forward because you saw somebody else that happened to. Guess what happened with that person? They took a bold move on themselves. They moved scared anyway. They move scared. It doesn't matter. You see anybody who had a business out there right now, you walk around your neighborhood, you walk around your city. Somebody started a business from the very bottom. They started with in their house. They started in their garage. They started at a little storefront, and then they had a little awning. And guess what? Everything they did, they did it scared. They had to get a building. They did it scared. They got, as I said, they got the awning. They did it scared. They got the equipment. They got the chairs. They got this. They got painters and everything. They did it scared. And then the real scary part is when they opened the business, when they had the big grand opening poster on their window. They did it scared. They don't know what's going to happen until they start seeing customers, until they got their first sale. Now, even if they walked away with just 5 sales or whatever, or 20 sales throughout their time of business, guess what? They did it scared either way. So here's what I need you to understand. Bold men don't wait to feel brave. They act first, let courage catch up. Every version of you you've ever prayed for is on the other side of fear. Every version of you that you want, that is on the other side of fear. Bold men don't wait to feel brave. You can't wait. To my people out there, to my fellas out there who's in the military, do you wait until the fight comes to you? No, you don't wait that long. You already sense the danger. Somebody says, yo, spread out. Yo, take cover. Would you, well, let me wait first. Let's wait first before we make a move. Hold on. I think they're coming. Hold on. No, the minute you hear, yo, take cover, take cover. And that's what I love, when I could see someone who says, hey, listen, I just sprang into action. An accident happened, and I had to get there because I saw this person. They didn't look like they was going to make it, so I just sprang in. I had no time to think. I'm telling you, you hear those stories. I had no time to think about fear. I had no time to think that the car was on fire. I had no time to think that this truck or whatever could roll on me too. I had no time to think. I just wanted to get them out of there. They had a story of a young man. He lifted a car off his grandfather because the car rolled on him while his grandfather was under there changing the oil and everything. Now, the kid said, I had no time to think about fear. I had no time to think about if I can lift this. I just lifted the car. While you're thinking of fear, like, man, am I going to be able to do this and manage with my family? How would you know unless you take that bold step? You won't know. You won't know unless you take that first bold step in doing something that you say is going to benefit your family 5, 6, 7, 10, 20 years from now. So you said, okay, but it takes one bold step. I want to start getting myself out of debt. All right, it takes one bold step. The first bold step is, it may be, yo, let me cut back on the spending. It may be, all right, let me start looking at my finances, yo. It may be that I may have to go and rip up that credit card. I may have to shred it. I may have to shred the credit card for a minute. I may have to tell honey, yo, look, baby, we ain't going out for a while. Sorry. I know your birthday is coming. I know, fellas. Particularly when you got that lady in your life and her birthday coming up and you want to take her someplace nice. Yo, sweetheart, we ain't doing that. We're going to just have to go. We probably going to go to the local spot right here and grab something to eat. Is she your lady and she care and she love you? Yo, she gonna understand. Y'all in this together, she going to have to understand. But it's a bold step. Is she seeing what you're doing? But let me tell you, if she start arguing, getting a problem that the fact that you making a move like that and she calling it a cheap move, I'm going to help you out. It's time for you to let that go. Sorry to let you know. Either you're going to have to sit down and talk with her or say it's been real. You make the choice. But that other person you've been praying for, that other person you've been visioning is on the other side of that fear. It's scary. It's scary. But I'm telling you, that line of fear is right there. That wall of fear is on the other side of it. You got to climb over that wall, boy. I'm telling you. You got to climb it. And oftentimes, there's no rope. You're just going to have to jump, grab onto the ledge, and pull yourself up. That's what you're going to have to do. And so here's what I need you to do. I need you to reframe fear as fuel. If it makes your heart race, it's probably the right move. I've been in those spaces before. I've been in those spaces where my heart is pounding through my chest. I can feel it because I'm about to make a bold move for myself. But I'm like, yo, what if this goes wrong? What if this happens? What if that happens? All right, well, maybe that's your cue. Go ahead. Take the plunge. Take the leap. Take the jump. Take the try. Now's the time. It was crazy when I would hear some of these guys when they say, like, when I decide to declare for the NBA or declare for the NHL or whatever it is, when they say I decided to declare, what you hear them say, yeah, my heart was racing. Because at the time, before, if anybody, my old school heads, you remember back in the day when you had to jump to the league, there was no coming back. It was like, all right, once you make this move, that's it. Now, thankfully, they changed the rules on it, but yeah, that's what you hear a lot of these guys. Like, yeah, I made that plunge because I didn't know what was going to happen. I'm taking this big, huge gamble on myself. So you got to use that as your fuel. When your heart is pounding like that, take that as good fuel. You're probably in the right space, man. Next up, set micro goals that force daily discomfort. Yeah. It's going to set daily discomfort. If you're saying you want to make your own content and everything, you're going to have to post a video. You're going to have to post some stuff. Yo, but I don't want nobody to look at me. I'm scared of this. I'm scared of that. Yeah, well, you're going to have to do it. You're going to have to make that call. You're going to make those sales calls. Yeah, there's this one group of people that I don't like to talk to because, man, they're known for just saying no. or hanging up on you, well, make the call. Or if it's just an elite customer or client that you're like, yeah, these people, they're a different breed. Well, why not? Take that bold move and give them a call. Start the project. There's a project you're supposed to start a long time ago. There's a class you're supposed to start a long time ago. There's a course you're supposed to start a long time ago. But, I don't know, what if I fail? And that's the one thing that gets y'all, man, is that what if I fail? What if I fail? What if I fall on my face? You reason why you worried about that? Because you're not worried about you. You're worried about how you're going to look to everybody else. You're worried about people going to laugh at you. You're worried about how people look at this dude on camera. I can't believe this fool went out there and started a channel. I can't believe this fool went out there and started a podcast. I can't believe this fool decided to go out there and call these people. I can't believe this fool decided to go and say, I'm going to start this project. I'm going to head this project at work. Are you crazy? You don't have no experience in that. That's what you're worried about. You're worried about if you're going to look stupid. And rather, why not give it a try? You say you call yourself a leader. You see yourself as a leader? Well, a leader's going to take a bold move. It's going to take a bold step to make that happen. And my last one, you got to track your progress, man. Not perfection. Track progress, not perfection. Boldness compounds through repetition. So what? You failed when you took the course. So what? You failed at the class. All right. Well, you learned something. That's a hard class. Yeah. But guess what? You decide to have the balls to go and take it while a few of your friends walked away. You're the one who decided to lead that project, despite some of your coworkers was like, yeah, I'm going to half follow with what you're running with, because if this fail, I'm going to back away. Well, guess what? This is now going to show you the repetition of accountability. Before, you used to run away from accountability. You took that. That gave you accountability. But I need you to go with your progress. Track progress, not perfection. The calls you want to make, set up yourself. I'm going to make 10 calls. All right. Map them out. Oh, you know what? I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to try to post at least a video every 2 days. All right. Progress. A lot of us try to do things in chunks. We want to go ahead. I'm going to post a video every single day. That's not going to happen. I'm going to make 30 calls a day. Yeah, everybody's not going to do it like that. Some got that dog in them to do that. Some can make 50s and all that stuff. Some are not going to make that type of move. But at least you make some progress. You start the project, all it just starts. All right, boom. Here's what we're going to do. We're going to put the schematics together, or we're going to start putting bullet points together. Let me start with that. You're already thinking about, all right, this is going to look so dope. No, start with step one. Start with step one, and then you grow from there. Once you grow from there, game time. But it's repetition. So what if you fail? Try it again. Repetition. Watch how better you get at it. Everybody's going to laugh at everybody. Trust me. Everybody laughs at somebody. It's part of the game. People who laugh at somebody or critique them, don't worry about it. A lot of them are not doing it. Trust me. They're not doing it. Let me listen to someone who got 500,000, 1 million subscribers or whatever. I'd rather listen to them, but I'm not going to listen to somebody who never put no camera on, or I'm not going to listen to somebody who never put themselves in a booth to record a song. I'm not going to listen to somebody who never put a paintbrush to a canvas. I'm not going to listen to somebody who's never written a book. I'm not going to listen to those people. They never did it. What am I listening to you for? So that's what you need to track. Progress, not your perfection. All right? So here's what I need you to do. Despite it is hard, despite it is rough, despite it's going to give you ridicule, it's going to deal with people laughing at you, let me explain something to you. All that is the wall. Fear is the wall. Fear has all that embedded in its tapestry of the wall. But I promise you, once you just finally scale that wall, on the other side, who's that person? Who is that person on the other side you see? Who do you see? What does he look like? And once you are able to say what he looks like to yourself, you can vision that. Let me just help you out, brother. Homeboy, that's that other guy you were talking about. He's on the other side of the wall. He's on the other side of the wall. So are you willing to scale that wall? Fellas, thanks a lot for rocking with me. And please go ahead, like, subscribe, and comment on this video. And I'm definitely grateful to have you with me. And as always, no matter if you win or lose, it does not matter because you still have a next round. I'm Anthony. I'm going to check you on the next one, y'all. Peace.